YouTube, starting us up on Rumble. Good afternoon. Welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I am A.O. Xander. You, of course, are you, and Golden Loon here will be joining shortly. And, of course, you viewer are you. I think I said that. Anyway, today is Thursday, aka Thursday, March, not May. Getting my M months confused again. 26. This show is about interesting and important occurrences on this calendar date throughout the annals of recorded history. Starting with the year 196 BC, Ptolemy the Fifth, at the age of 13, was crowned king of Ptolemaic Egypt at Memphis by the high priest of Ptah. The Rosetta Stone was inscribed afterwards to proclaim this event. Alright, so we got some Rosetta Stone action going on at the very beginning of this episode. 127 here, Greek astronomer and mathematician Ptolemy began his observations of the heavens until 141 AD. And I'm not sure if this is the same Ptolemy as Ptolemy the Fifth. No, he would be very old by now. Moving on up to 624, the first Eid, however you pronounce it, Al-Fatir celebration occurred. 752, Stephen II was selected Catholic Pope after the death of Pope-elect Stephen. We have a discrepancy here on that same date in 752 from our other source. It says election of Pope Stephen II following the death of Pope Zachary. So was Pope Zachary Pope Stephen? Or, like, what's going on here? 1021, on the feast of Eid al-Adha, the death of the Fatimid Caliph al-Hakim B. Amar Allah kept secret for 6 weeks. Was announced along with the succession of his son al-Zahir li Izaz din Allah. On the same day, al-Hakim's designated heir, Abd al-Rahim ibn Ilyas, was arrested in Damascus and brought to Egypt. I wonder what for. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good. 1147 now, Jewish community in Cologne fasted to commemorate anti-Jewish violence. 1169, Saladin became the emir of Egypt. All right. We all know who Saladin was. You remember Saladin?
No.
I mean, not personally, you know. Probably personally, but
no, I don't recognize the name.
No, he was the leader of the Islamists that the Crusaders fought for the most part.
Oh.
Saladin. He eventually took Jerusalem. So you're gonna, yep. 3044, the siege of Alkirios, one of the first European military engagements where gunpowder was used, came to an end. And I do have a... Oh, wait, no, that's not a picture of that. It's the Knights. 1351, Combat of the 30. Here I go again. 30 Breton Knights called out and defeated 30 English Knights. So the Bretons versus the English. Weren't the Bretons the English? The Bretons? Or something?
Sounds like it should be.
The Bretons, the Britons, I mean...
where the Brits come from.
Yeah.
Britain, but I don't know.
And there's a couple other images here that I wanted to showcase really quick. So just, that's the image I had here.
Right.
And they're all they're all about a little small, but this really shows the amount of number. 30 versus 30. We already have a man down on the ground here. And here's a more
hand combat.
Yep, here's a more colored image. It's even smaller here, but it shows the distinction. Although I'm not sure yellow was colored. Did they paint their armor yellow?
I have no idea.
Because we have a distinction, the gray versus the yellow here. So anyway, what else do we got here? 1484, William Caxton printed his translation of Aesop's Fables. Ah. Yeah. 1/2 a millennia ago, 5 centuries, 1526, wow. King Francis I returned from Spanish captivity to France. All right. 1636, University of Utrecht opening ceremony. This is when they were, the Utrecht University was founded in the Netherlands. So that's a really old university there. 1640, the Royal Academy of Turku, the first university of Finland, was founded in the city of Turku by Queen Christiana of Sweden at the proposal of Count Per Barhai. All right. 1651, silver-loaded Spanish ship San Jose was pushed south by strong winds. Subsequently, it wrecked in the coast of southern Chile, and its surviving crew were killed by indigenous Cuncos. Yikes, so I wonder if the Cuncos gathered that silver. Or if they even knew that there was silver, or if they were just killing interlopers. 1663, the Quebec Seminary, established by Francois de Montmorency Laval, the first bishop of New France, North America's first institution of higher learning. All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
We have, that's like...
Quebec, huh?
Yeah, that's like the third or fourth article of an institute of education, right? Like we spoke about several colleges, universities, and everything.
Yeah.
1700, William Dampier was the first European to circumnavigate New Britain, discovering it as an island, which he named Nova Britannia rather than part of New Guinea. And I believe that was Australia. So the New Britain. 1752, the Murder Act passed into law in Great Britain, allowing corpses of executed murderers to be given to the company of surgeons for dissection.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, that's one way to get rid of, the body. Like, if you're a murderer,
Well,
you don't deserve the honor of a
They need
burial or
corpse
anything
to
like
learn
that.
stuff and to teach.
Yeah. So if you're going to throw your life away like that, might as well have your body be useful. If you weren't useful in life, you're useful in death. 1790, U.S. Congress passed Naturalization Act requiring a 2-year residency. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. 1804, U.S. Congress, U.S. Congress ordered the removal of Indians east of Mississippi to Louisiana. And we also have the Treaty of Orleans, organized in the territory of Orleans, not the treaty, organized in Louisiana Purchase. So this both happened on the same day, same year, and I wonder if they're connected. Because
that moving the Indians sounds like crap to me.
Well, it always is, but it's all part of the whole Manifest Destiny thing. 1812, earthquake measuring 7.7 on the Richter scale destroyed 90% of Caracas in Venezuela, killing an estimated between 15,000 and 20,000 people.
Jeez.
Yikes, yeah. 1812 as well, a political cartoon in the Boston Gazette coined the term gerrymander to describe oddly shaped electoral districts designed to help incumbents win re-election.
Still use that today?
Oh, absolutely. And this is an example right here. It says Danvers, Andover, Methuen. So this is supposed to be all the different districts portrayed as some kind of like mythical beast of prey or something, some kind of vulture, buzzard or something. So let's see here. It's telling me to image search this right here. Printed in 1812, this political cartoon illustrates the electoral districts drawn by the Massachusetts legislature to favor the incumbent Democratic-Republican Party candidates of Governor Elbridge Gerry over the Federalists, gerrymandering. So, the cartoon depicts the bizarre shape of one district as a salamander, from which the term gerrymander is derived.
Ah, from the salamander.
Okay. So yeah, gerrymander, salamander. Although I'm not sure how this is.
I don't quite know how it comes.
Like, this doesn't look like a salamander to me. It looks... Because there's a wing. Salamanders don't have wings. This looks like some kind of, like, evil pigeon or something. It
looks like a
vulture.
Vulture, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Exactly what
or some kind of dragon or something. But it has, like, a beak.
It's like a vulture to me.
But it has teeth. Vultures don't have teeth. And it has a pointed tongue.
They have beaks to rip.
Yeah, it had teeth. Not beaks. Teeth. Oops, hold on a second. That's not what I wanted. I'm trying to open this new tab. Why can't I? Here we go. Open. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. It's still a small image. But I mean, it has teeth and it has a beak, but it has teeth in the beak.
Okay.
So and a forked tongue. What else do we got here? 1820. Future Mormon church leader Joseph Smith had his first vision in a wooded area in New York, according to Mormon scholars. And 10 years after that, on the exact date, the Book of Mormon was published in Palmyra, New York. And this is how it all begins.
Very prominent. He's a what do you call it? Disciple.
The Messiah.
He's not the Messiah, but he's a disciple. He's put on that level. The Mormons put him on that level of all the disciples of Jesus.
Yeah, they're called the Latter-day Saints, right?
Yeah.
1839, the first Henley Royal Regatta was held on the River Thames in England. I was wondering if it was frozen over or whatever, because they've held events and whatnot way in the past when the River Thames froze, and they actually used to hold festivals and such. We've covered that, but no,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
This is boats. So we have a whole bunch of rowboats here. So that's pretty cool.
Row your boat.
Yep. 1845, Joseph Francis from New York City patented a corrugated sheet iron lifeboat. So it's
corrugated.
Yeah.
How corrugated is?
Educate me.
Yeah, it's grooves.
Okay. Oh yeah. So kind of like roof.
Yeah, it's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's corrugated.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have here an image of this right there. 1845, a patent awarded for adhesive medicated plaster, precursor of the Band-Aid. So right here, like, look at all these different types of bandages. Like, so many adhesive medical strips. So little time. 1852, a decree regarding streets of Paris was passed. But what does it entail? I'm going to do a surface level scratch of that article really quick just to see if it tells us anything. Because what is the decree? Haussmann's renovation of Paris. Okay, this might be something. It was a vast public works program commissioned by French Emperor Napoleon III and directed by his prefect of Sienne, Georges Eugene Haussmann, between 1853 and 1870. So that coincides with this. So okay, so Paris Streets Decree. Paris Streets Decree. I'm going to add this link in the underbar, the description below. That will be their post live stream. Bless you. 1856, New South Wales had the world's or their first class game versus Victoria at Melbourne. New South Wales won. Cricket. 1859, the first supposed sighting of Vulcan, a planet thought to orbit inside Mercury, but it doesn't exist. Can you do any of this?
Not anymore.
Like,
I used to there. I can still do it a little bit.
Now, do you know what a Ninja Turtle handshake is?
What, like that?
Like this.
Oh.
So, 1863, voters in West Virginia approved gradual emancipation of slaves. I'm all for that. 1871, the municipal elections bring revolutionaries to power in Paris who form the short-lived Paris Commune government. 1872, a 7.8 earthquake shook Owens Valley in California. And we also have Thomas J. Martin of Alabama received a U.S. patent for a pipe and valve fire extinguisher system, also known as, the fire extinguisher. Like the portable, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a black guy. Like, this is part of black history. You know, for whatever reason, the left really want to segregate blacks from everybody else for whatever reason, instead of viewing them as other humans like I do. Thomas J. Martin, fire extinguisher. Huge.
Cool.
And have you seen the videos of them using sound waves to extinguish fires? It's amazing.
I've never
Sound
heard of that.
to extinguish fires. Yeah, they just blast it with a sound. Unfortunately, this is a short, but I'm going to play
These
this here.
NASA engineers found a way to put out fires using sound waves, so it seems fires aren't a fan of a filthy bass line, as the method uses deep bass frequencies, too low for humans to hear, to literally shake the fire apart. The sound waves officially...
Isn't that awesome?
That is.
Using sound, so now we can save water on all that, like billions of gallons, uncountable. A year.
Well, that's for a small fire. I don't know how.
I'm talking about worldwide. If we implement this worldwide, then we can.
Can you do anything with bigger fires, like a house fire?
Well, that's when you bring in like the rave bass. Like those big speakers that are 2 stories tall. You just wheel those in.
Everybody's windows break, but that's okay.
Well, the building's saved.
Out.
Would you rather have broken windows or no building?
Let my neighbor burn. Leave my windows alone.
You're gonna burn too. 1881, Thessaly was freed and became part of Greece again. Okay. 1885, the first modern legal cremation was held in England at Woking, Surrey. All right.
So cremation was illegal at one time then.
Absolutely. Even though cremation in one form or another has been very culturally significant in many areas of the world.
Indians.
Native Americans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like in the movie Troy, they burned their bodies on a pyre.
Yeah.
So, we also have 1885 Battle of Duck Lake. Louis Riel's forces defeated Canadian forces at Duck Lake in Saskatchewan. The first engagement of the Northwest Rebellion. Now that makes me wonder. Well, these have to be connected because this says during the same time, the Métis people of the District of Saskatchewan under Louis Riel began the Northwest Rebellion against Canada. So that absolutely is connected. Just like a whole different.
What does that have to do with Duck Lake?
Well, this is in Saskatchewan and part of the Northwest Rebellion. And this also is in Saskatchewan, part of the Northwest Rebellion.
Okay.
So it's the same physical area, same event, just different things. I'm not even sure if they're actually the same event, but they occurred at the same time, same day, same date, same year.
I just want the Ducks to lose.
Yeah. 1885, Eastman Film Company manufactured first commercial motion picture film.
Eastman.
Yep, Kodak.
Yeah.
And I know that because of you. You told me that Eastman is Kodak. I knew about Kodak.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about Eastman.
Yeah. Well, they were 2 separate companies at one time. There was Kodak and there was Eastman, and then they merged.
Yeah. I remember Kodak way back in the day. I used to have those disposable cameras whenever I went out, with the YMCA and all that stuff as a kid. 1889, English cricketer Johnny Briggs took 15 to 26, so 7 to 17 and 8 to 11 at Newlands in South Africa. South Africa were all out for 47 with Bernard Tancred not out on 26. Then to follow on and are again all out for 43. Okay, like I read that verbatim. If you feel like you have a stroke, don't worry. That's just cricket. Everything's all right.
Just cricket.
You don't need to call the hospital.
We know it's English words.
Yes.
And we lose it after that.
Yep. 1895, King Alfonso planted a pine sapling in Madrid, starting Spain's Arbor Day. Awesome. 1896, that is, an explosion at the Brunner mine near Greymouth, New Zealand, killed 65 coal miners in the country's worst industrial accident. Let's hope that that's a record that will never be broken. 1898, Sabi Game Reserve opened in South Africa, the world's first officially designated game reserve, now part of Kruger National Park. So go out there on safari.
Yeah, I don't like gaming reserves.
I don't either, but I mean
they're better that way, I guess, than going out and wiping out a whole something.
If you're hunting for sport, I disagree. I don't like the idea of just going out and killing for the sake of going out and killing. But if you're gonna eat the meat, utilize the bones, if you're actually gonna consume and use the flesh and the body of what you kill, the life that you extinguish, then at least make it worth it, But if you're just going out there hunting for sports, that's disgusting.
Well, they hunt for sport, then they will. Who's ever you're paying will take care of it, and they will give you the head if you want to mount it, and they'll eat the food. They'll prepare the food and everything, but still people are out there just for sport.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, I don't either.
Yeah. 1900, the first edition, The Free People, Netherlands, probably Amsterdam. Okay, that's weird. A lot of things in parentheses there, so difficult to read. 1903, the American Hotel opens in Amsterdam. Okay. 1909, in support of Muhammad Ali Shia's coup d'etat against the constitutional government in Persia, a Russian military force invaded northern Persia to relieve the siege of Tabriz. Good. 1910, U.S. forbade more immigration to criminals, anarchists, paupers, and the sick. All right. Yeah, we don't need all that stuff here. I mean, where was this? Just last year. Whatever happened to this? Criminals, anarchists, paupers, and the sick. Yeah, that's the only thing we brought in for a while. Thank you, Brandon. 1910, William H. Lewis was appointed U.S. Assistant Attorney General of Lewis and Clark. William H. Lewis. That's
too late.
1910. William H. Lewis. No, he was He was a black Stadian. Okay. So that is not Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark was in the early 1700s.
No, 1800s.
I mean, early 1800s.
Yeah.
Not 1700s.
Yeah. 1913, Bulgaria captured Adrianople, ending the First Balkan War. All right. 1913 as well, Dayton, Ohio was almost destroyed when Scotia, Miami, and Muskingum River reached flood stage simultaneously. Whoa. That's not good. 1915, Stanley Cup Final, Denman Arena, Vancouver, British Columbia. I know somebody from there. Yeah. Barney Stanley scored 5 goals as Vancouver Millionaires beat Ottawa Senators 12-3 for a 3-0 sweep of first non-challenge series. Vancouver first PCHA champions. And just like how it is in the real world, the Millionaires always defeat the Senators. I mean, who lobbies to who? 1917, British win a battle against Turks at Gaza during the First World War, First Battle of Gaza. I wonder if that's in the Gaza Strip.
I would say it is.
Yeah. British troops were halted after 17,000 Turks blocked their advance. Now that's interesting because the primary source says they won a battle, but this one says they were halted. So I'm just wondering, did they win the battle and then they were halted from advancing, or did they not win the battle?
That's what it sounds like, but yeah. I'd be guessing.
But at the same time, because I strongly believe that this source is British. Because they spell words a certain way, like the OU and everything, color instead of color and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're being a little bit biased for British, because they said here they won a battle against Turks, but they made no mention of this. So I'm wondering if they're trying to be pro-British, with their propaganda here. 1917 as well, Stanley Cup Final, Seattle Ice Arena in Seattle, Washington. Seattle Metropolitans, PCHA, defeated the Montreal Canadiens, NHL, 9-1 after a 3-1 series 3-1 series victory. The first U.S. team to win SC. Awesome, the Stanley Cup, yeah. 1922, the German Social Democratic Party was founded in Poland. That's an interesting thing. What is a German political party doing in Poland being founded over there? What the hell? That's weird. 1 century ago, 1926, ACD de Graaf appointed Governor General of Dutch East Indies. I guess that's a not necessarily Dutch East India Company, I don't believe, but at least a political Dutch East Indies. I don't know. And we also have the first lip reading tournament was held in America, in the United States. A tournament on reading lips, I guess.
Oh, lip reading.
Lip reading, yes. 1927, Alfred Hugenberg purchased German film company UFA. And I wonder if this is connected because we also have in 1927 as well the Gaumont British Film Corporation forms. So I wonder if this guy bought this and then, changed the name, thus forming this. I wonder if this played into that or if these are two different occurrences. It's the same year.
Yeah.
1930, Congress appropriated $50,000 for Inter-American Highway. All right, yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah. More transportation. 1931, Leo Bentley bowled 3 consecutive perfect games in Lorain, Ohio. Wow.
What?
Wow, that's impressive.
I never knew someone did that.
Yeah. That's full 900 right there. So, 31 as well, New Delhi replaced Calcutta as capital of British Indies. 31 as well, Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Foundation, the Youth Union, was founded in Vietnam. And we're still in 31. Swiss Air was founded as the national airline of Switzerland. Finally, moving on up here to 1934, driving tests were introduced in Britain and the United Kingdom. Driving tests were introduced. And obviously it's not working because they're driving on the wrong side of the road. So, you want to know why I know that they're driving on the wrong side of the road? Because we drive on the right side. Physically, right. Like,
okay.
Not on the left, like a bunch of tea munchers. 1936, the first parliamentary debate on New Zealand radio. So now the people can listen into what's going on. 36, Mary Joyce ended a 1,000-mile trip by dog in Alaska. So it has to be a dog sled.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Wow. 37, Joe DiMaggio took Ty Cobb's advice and replaced his 40-ounce bat with a 36-ounce one. That's interesting. That's really cool.
40 ounce is really a heavyweight bat.
Yeah. But, the fact that this is even documented actually kind of blows my mind. I mean, this is such a passing, happenstance.
Yeah.
And for it to have been overheard and somebody wrote it down, I mean, how does this even get documented? I'm not against it. I'm all for it. It's just when you sit back and just think how did this get documented? That's amazing.
Well, that one is an older great star, and this is a new one up and coming.
Yeah.
And he took his advice, and then it becomes baseball lore.
Yep. 37, Spanish growers of Crystal City, Texas, erected a statue of Popeye. And did you hear that they have one of those movies like how there's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and then there's Death Boat Willie or whatever, all these old cartoons that are going into public domain. Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, and all of that and everything, and as well as Popeye. There's a Popeye murder slasher movie out there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're all over the place. But look at this. This is the statue. That's awesome. Moving on up to 1937 as well, William H. Hasty became the first black federal judge of the Virgin Islands. That's awesome. 39, during the Spanish Civil War, nationalists began their final offensive in the war. Yep, right before the outbreak of the Second World War.
Yeah.
Which was in, I think it was September 19th, I want to say.
39, right?
39, yes. I'm just going to say September 1939. When did Germany invade Poland? Let's see here. I know it was September of 99. Oh, 1st of September. Okay, I was off. So September 1st.
I give you that. No, you weren't off.
Well, I got the month and the year right at least, so 2/3. 1942, the first Eichmann transport to Auschwitz and Birkenau concentration camps. It also says here the first female prisoners arrive at Auschwitz concentration camp in German-occupied Poland. So I wonder if these are the same things, or if this is like two different happenings with the same, destination. 43, LCS Ott was the first woman to be awarded U.S. Air Force Medal. Cool. 44, 705 British bombers attacked Essen in Germany. 1 year after that, Allied generals Dwight D. Eisenhower, Omar Bradley, and General George S. Patton launched an attack at Remagen on the Rhine. That sounds like overkill. Why would you put 3 major superstars like that in one command? I
don't know.
That's so unnecessary. That's overkill. 45, Allies led by U.S. Marine Corps secured the island of Iwo Jima from Imperial Japanese Army after 18,000 Japanese and 6,000 U.S. soldiers were killed.
3-1.
Yeah, exactly. 6, 12, 18, perfectly. 3-1, yeah. 1951, Loon's time. I'm gonna try to start marking this whenever it turns into like your time and my time and everything.
Yeah.
So it goes from 45 to 51. Yeah, I know you were born in 46.
Yeah.
So, the first Loon's time here, 51, United States Air Force flag officially adopted by President Harry S. Truman.
Ah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, let me do a surface level scratch of that article. What was... Oh, yeah, that's coming up. Sit-in, or a be-in at Central Park in New York. But this is the flag of the USAF. Really cool. What's really funny is, during the Kung Flu pandemic...
Yeah.
The USAF actually edited their thumbnail on their Twitter, and the little eagle had a little mask. I'm not even kidding. USAF Twitter thumbnail mask on eagle. Let's see if I can find it. It's so funny. This is just gonna... Okay. It's gonna require some digging. 1953, Dr. Jonas Salk announced that he had officially tested a vaccine to prevent polio. Clinical trials began the next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember getting polio shots.
Yeah. Thank goodness you said shots.
Why?
I remember getting polio shots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, that's good.
And then eventually it turned to just a cube.
Oh, yeah, just eat or whatever.
Yeah, they handed them out a little sugar cube. You just sucked it and that was it.
54, U.S. performed atmospheric nuclear tests at Bikini Atoll. During nuclear weapons testing, the Romeo shot of Operation Castle was detonated at Bikini Atoll with a yield of 11 megatons of TNT. 55, the Ballad of Davy Crockett version recorded by Billy Hayes became the #1 record in the U.S.
Davy Crockett.
1956, Medical Alert Foundation formed. Okay.
Medical Alert, yeah, that's a whole deal.
What is that, like 911 or something, or what is that?
No, you can have a Medical Alert thing now. You press them.
Oh, that's Life Alert.
Okay.
This is a foundation, Medical Alert Foundation. Okay, what is it? Life-saving protection that connects first responders to your health info and emergency contacts. Okay, so this is like a database for them to look up if you have any contacts in the case of an emergency. But it looks like there are Life Alert things here. We have a pendants and what appears to be like smartwatches or some sort, necklaces. So maybe they did create Life Alert. Maybe you're right.
Maybe it's the foundation of it.
Yeah.
The stepping stone.
Yep. 30th Academy Awards in 1958. The Bridge on the River Kwai won Best Picture. Joanne Woodward and Alec Guinness won Best Actress and Best Actor, respectively. Now they're giving us individual stuff.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. That was a great movie.
Yeah, I have yet to see it, though. I have got to see it. 58, the African Regroupment Party, the PRA, was launched at a meeting in Paris. What was its mission? Like, regrouping Africa?
I don't know.
I'm going to take a surface level scratch of that article as well, really quick. Nope, I did not want to save. African Regroupment Party, political party in the French African colonies. Oh, so they're a political party in
Africa.
Well, in French-controlled sections or colonies.
Yeah.
So, all right, 1959 Test debut for Pakistani cricketer Mushtaq Mohammed versus West Indies at the age of 15 years old.
Good.
That's young. Him. 62 U.S. Supreme Court backed a one-man, one-vote apportionment. Never heard that word, apportionment, but it makes sense. Of seats in U.S. state legislature. That makes sense. You know, one man, one vote. 66, large-scale anti-Vietnam War protests took place in the United States, including in New York, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. 67, Pope Paul VI published encyclical Popularium Progressio. I'm going to look that up really quick as well. I did not want to rumble. I want Ecosia. There we go. Encyclical, here we go. What does this say? I'm actually going to add this into the underbar section here really quick. On the development of peoples and that the economy of the world should serve mankind and not just a few. I 100% agree. It touches on a variety of principles of Catholic social teaching, such as the right to a just wage, the right to a security of employment, the right to fair and reasonable working conditions, the right to join a union, and the universal destination of resources and goods. Basically everything that we don't have anymore today. God, what an awful world this planet has become. Like, nobody has any rights, anything. So, what else do we got here? 1967, 10,000 people gathered for one of many Central Park be-ins in New York City. Here's a photo of that, one of them. So they all just went into Central Park and just was there. Like,
yeah.
And this was, during the hippy-dippy movements.
Absolutely.
So, like, leave it to the hippies to find the most extensive ways to get absolutely nothing done. You know? 69, nuclear reactor Dodewaard of the Netherlands was commissioned. So now they have nuclear power if they hadn't already. 1970, the 500 nuclear explosion announced by the U.S. since 1945. So in 25 years, and I think this is worldwide. I don't think we would have detonated 500 nuclear, devices by now ourselves. But as I referred to before, every nuke test, every nuke explosion, there we go. I'm going to add this in the underbar as well.
Oh, yeah, the map?
Yeah, because this is, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrifying. Oh, this is played on fast speed. Okay, this is the video I want here. But this showcases every nuke explosion between 1945 and 1990. Nothing after that in the year 2000 or everything. So every nuke explosion. Okay, all right. Moving on up. What else do we got here? Get rid of these. 1970s, folk singer Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul, and Mary pled guilty to taking immoral liberties with a 14-year-old girl.
Oops.
And served 3 months in prison. Granted a presidential pardon in 1981. Why? Don't pardon his pedophile ass. Bury him beneath the prison. Gross. 1970, the Police in Northern Ireland Act became law. The act provided for the disarmament of the Royal Ulster Constabulary, the RUC, and the establishment of an RUC reserve force. Okay? 1970 as well, South Vietnamese President Nguyen Van Thieu implemented a land reform program to solve the problem of land tendency. They're trying to redistribute the people's populaces and everything. The Benny Hill Show, top TV ratings on this calendar date in 1971 and March 26. 1971 as well, Bangladesh, known as East Pakistan, under Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declared its independence from Pakistan, and the Bangladesh Liberation War began. It's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that really quick. What is that? Okay, that's coming up as well. Let's see here. Image search. Oh, what does this say? It says here, am I going to get... Nope, that's not going to give me anything substantial of size. Here we go. This is better. Open image in new tab. The general elections of December 1970 made Banga Bandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman the sole spokesman of East Pakistan. The people gave him the absolute mandate in favor of his 6-point doctrine. At midnight of March 25th, 71, the Pakistan Army launched its brutal crackdown in Dhaka. Second, Mujib was arrested and kept confined at Dhaka cantonment until he was lifted to West Pakistan. March 27th, General Zia declared the independence of Bangladesh on behalf of Banga Bandhu. Mujib was the president of that government. That's a brief rundown of those events right there. 72, the LA Lakers broke NBA wins record by winning 69 of 82 games, 69-13. Record will stand for 24 years. Freaking Lakers, man. They used to be such a great team. You know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah.
Shaq. You know, Shaquille O'Neal. The Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know.
And before that, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor.
Oh, Jerry West was on the Lakers?
Oh, God, yeah. He
Nice.
played his whole career there.
Yeah, and then now all you got is LeBron James. Blech.
Well, they got a pretty good team. There's some better ones.
LeBron James is a sack of shit. 1972, William Whitelaw was appointed as the first Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. All right. 73, Susan Shaw was the first woman in 171 years in London Stock Exchange.
Oh, man.
Wow. Finally.
A long time.
Yeah, but better late than never. 73 as well, the TV soap opera The Young and the Restless premiered on CBS.
There you go.
Yep. 75, Ken Russell's film Tommy, based on the rock opera by The Who, not the World Health Organization, but the band The Who, premiered in London. Roger Daltrey and Anne Margaret starred, with Tina Turner and Elton John being featured. It's added to primary source here.
Yeah.
So, and that's interesting. There's a movie based off of a rock opera.
Yeah.
So, and
Tommy.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
75, the Biological Weapons Convention entered into force. We also have the Washington Capitals played record NHL 37th road game without a win, an NHL record of 17 straight losses.
Not good.
No. 1976 as well, Queen Elizabeth II sent out the first royal email from the Royal Signals and Radar Establishment. I have a ping here. I wonder what... Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. 1977 as well, Elvis Costello released his first record, Less Than Zero. By the way, Ghost, if you want to say anything, please do. Like, you know, don't be afraid to interrupt me or anything. If you want to participate in anything, you know, have a conversation about a topic or whatever, that you know, by all means, be involved if you wish. 77, Focus on the Family was founded by Dr. James Dobson, a U.S. evangelicist. I never heard about that, but that sounds like a good message. Focus on the family.
Yeah.
79, Israel Prime Minister Mekshaden began, and Egyptian President Anwar Sadat signed the Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty in Washington, D.C. 79 as well, Michigan State Spartans snapped Indiana State's 33-game winning streak.
Ooh.
The Thanos style. 79, we're still in 79. MLB San Diego Padres and San Francisco Giants announced plans to play exhibition series in Tokyo, but Giant players rejected it. I wonder why. Did they have something against the Japanese or something? Are they xenophobic?
We don't want to travel that far.
You're right. Traveling is really frowned upon in basketball.
Baseball.
Oh. I'm trying to make a joke here, and I deflate myself. Like, it even says Major League Baseball right here. I am just, like...
They travel all over the country
Yeah.
all summer long.
I'm just majorly retarded. So, 1980, Bombay got its first rock concert in 10 years by the Police. The band The Police. You know,
Yeah.
It's not like a bunch of uniformed officers went up there and started rocking it. But, in 1981, Police, and not the band, and Albanian demonstrators battled in Kosovo, Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if it was the band. I mean, that would give a whole new meaning to an axe battle. So, 81, Social Democratic Party in the UK was founded as a party. That's yikes. Oh, I absolutely love this one. We're coming up here. 82, groundbreaking in Washington, D.C. for Vietnam Veterans Memorial. It's not the one I was talking about, but we've been here. And look at that. They have the measuring lined up. Like, this is where the actual wall was going to stand.
Yeah.
And we've since been there. But that's you know, it's, I don't know what word to use, but like it's awesome, like just in an awe-inspiring way to see, like, you know, like this is the line where all the names will be.
Yeah.
You know?
Why are there so many people there?
To help dig, you know, and support and all that stuff.
I don't think they're going to help digging.
Well, not all these guys here, but all these guys at least all have a shovel.
Well, it's one of those ceremonial shovels,
Yeah.
and then they come in and dig the trench.
Yeah.
But no, it's an awesome memorial.
Yeah, it is.
Simple.
Yep. Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder released the single Ebony and Ivory in the UK. Now, this is what I absolutely love. This is the attitude we need to end all of the prejudice and xenophobia and tribalism, also known as racism. Ebony and Ivory, white and black.
Yeah.
You know, or black and white. I don't even know which is which. Like, ebony is black, right? And ivory is white.
Yeah.
I find this beautiful beyond words, dude.
Yeah.
You know, this is fantastic. So, 1985, Pope John Paul II proclaimed the first ever World Youth Day. That's cool. 86, Griffin Records signed Guns N' Roses.
Ah.
And 1 year later, Ayo's time. Hey, now all of these things, all of these things here is going to be happening in my lifetime. 1987, Hyderabad defeated Delhi in first innings to win Ranji Trophy. That sounds like cricket. 87 as well, National Federation of State High School Associations adopted the college 3-point shot at 21 feet. Do you have anything to add to that?
No. Shorter than the pros.
What's the pros?
It's 24, something like that.
That makes sense. Oh. And we had a whole discussion about that on an episode of IOYO about should the 3-point shot still exist? Should it be altered? Or or what? Because now they've algorithmed it to hell.
Yeah.
They found a way to guarantee it. It's no longer a mystery.
It's March Madness, so all the playoffs are going on for all the college teams. And I was watching some on Saturday, and the game is just horrible. It's all around the perimeter. There's no set plays, dive in, and we used to run plays, and one play would lead into another. Now they're just
it's all about absolute efficiency
because they looking for that 3-point opening. It's just a horrible game to watch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I say they've algorithmed it to hell.
Yeah.
The fun is gone. 91, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Paraguay signed the Treaty of Asuncion, establishing Mercosur, the South Common Market. Awesome. So now they're all trading. That's cool.
Yeah.
92, Mike Tyson was sentenced to 10 years in the struggle of Desiree Washington. I don't think he served all 10 years, unfortunately.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah. 92, the NHL New York Rangers clinched their first NHL regular season championship in 50 years. Wow. That took a while. Although something else that took just as much of a while, but I am happy that I existed when this happened. Wasn't there a whole thing about like who is it who can never win the Super Bowl? Not the Super Bowl. I have my sports confused. What's the baseball one?
World Series.
World Series. The Cubs, right? The Cubs would never win the World, and they finally did like a couple years ago, right? They won the World Series.
Seems to me they did, yeah.
So I was alive during a massive historical event. 95, Mashonaland defeated Mashonaland U24 by 165 runs to win the Logan Cup, and that's why the second one is not named as the first one. 95 as well, the Shinigan Treaty went into effect. What does that entail? I'm going to look that up here really quick. The Shinigan Treaty. Shinigan Agreement. Led to the creation of Europe's Shinigan Arena, in which internal border checks have largely been abolished. Okay, well, I'm going to add this to the underbar section here really quick. So, what's this called again?
Shinigan.
SCHENGN Treaty.
Shingen or something.
Yeah, a lot of these words are difficult to pronounce. 96, the International Monetary Fund approved $10.2 billion loan for Russia. But why? Why are we giving Russia a loan?
Well, we aren't the monetary, but that's...
why is it monetary? Probably because, after, during Reconstruction, past the collapse of the Soviet Union, probably?
No, that's too late, I think.
96? I mean...
When did it fall? Well, maybe...
91, 92, 93.
Yeah, maybe.
When did the USSR fall? December 26, 91.
Okay, so there's quite a bit.
Yeah. The Soviet, you don't immediately give them money. Like, they've been struggling for years. They're like, oh, hey, here's a pickup,
I don't know if that connection or not, but I don't know why they got.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Why else would the International Monetary Fund give $10 billion to Russia, of all people? I can't imagine any other reason. But it says here the Soviet Union was formally dissolved as a sovereign state and subject to international law on December 26, 91 by Declaration Number 142, End of the Soviet of the Republics of the Supreme Soviet of the Soviet Union. You know how those communists love their wordy titles to make themselves feel better. 97 as well, NHL announced Anaheim Mighty Ducks and Vancouver Canucks to open 1998 season in Japan. The Canucks and Ducks. Canuck Duck. 97, 39 bodies were found in the Heaven's Gate cult suicides in Rancho Santa Fe, California.
Oh, I remember that.
98, Oued Bouchiana massacre in Algeria. 52 people were killed with axes and knives. During the Algerian Civil War, the Oued Bouchiana massacre saw 52 people, mostly infants, killed. Mostly infants. Wow. Wow, killed with axes and knives. You know, like, this is what I try to tell these stupid gun control people and these stupid liberals and these stupid, activists and everything. You get rid of guns, all you're going to do is push people to use things like this. You get rid of things like this in Britain, then people are going to start using this. Can I not end somebody just as effectively with this than I can with a gun or with a knife? Yes, I can. Like right in the jugular. Game over. So are they going to start banning pencils now? Like maybe stab somebody with the ear of my glasses. I'm going to start banning glasses now. Like when's it going to end? When's it going to end? Stupid. 99, a jury in Michigan found Dr. Jack Kevorkian guilty of second-degree murder for administering a lethal injection to a terminally ill man. And nowadays we have government-assisted suicide. This is not the progress that I wanted us to make. This is the wrong direction.
Canada has that. We do not.
Well, we do. We do. It's not as widespread as Canada, but it's getting there.
I don't think it's legal.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Government assisted suicide United States. This is gonna be assisted suicide in the United States. California or Oregon, the term assisted suicide is typically used to describe what prominents refer to as medical aid in dying, or MAID, in which terminally ill adult is prescribed and self-administered barbiturates if they feel they are suffering significantly. But it has expanded beyond that. But we do have government...
So this looks like it's... the feds are leaving it up to the states then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a federal
Right
thing,
now.
it's a state thing.
Yeah.
But that states are still government. It's still government assisted.
Yes.
You know?
I'm not arguing.
2001, Kazakhstan's prime minister opened an oil pipeline from the giant Tengiz field to the Russian port of Novorossiysk on Monday, giving the Central Asian producer its first direct link to international markets. Nice.
You didn't go with the 21st century.
21st century!
There we go.
Oh,
We're in.
Are we now Duck Dodgers in the 22nd and a half century? 2005, Doctor Who returned to the BBC TV after 16 years with the debut of Christopher Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor and Billie Piper as Rose. 2005 as well, the Taiwanese government called on 1 million Taiwanese to demonstrate in Taipei in opposition to the anti-secession law of the People's Republic of China. Around 200,000 and 300,000 people attended the walk. 2006, Burma's military junta officially named Naypyidaw a new city in Mandalay Division, the new capital, Yangon previous capital. All right. We also have in Scotland the prohibition of smoking in all substantially enclosed public places came into force. That I can understand. You're in a confined space. You don't want smoke, just dwindling around and everywhere. Canadian filmmaker James Cameron, on this calendar date in 2012, became the first person to visit Challenger Deep, the deepest point on Earth, in over 50 years. It's telling me to image search this, but this is the vehicle that he used. It's difficult really to see, but you remember the bathysphere and everything that we used beforehand in the 70s to explore Challenger Deep?
The what?
The bathysphere?
No, I don't remember that.
Challenger Deep 70s VHICLE vehicle. So, I'm getting a Dodge Challenger. Okay.
I love it.
Submarine. There we go. Okay. I'm still not getting what I'm trying to find. This is it, right here. This is what I'm trying to find. This is the original vehicle that was used to go into Challenger Deep. And you can't really tell, but right here there's a person. There were two people crammed in this little thing.
Wow.
Yeah, well, all of this actually was ballast. This was, you can see there's a thing here and a thing here. Yeah. This was all full of rocks and everything. So when they wanted to go back up, they just released it. So now they just dumped all the rocks, and they refilled it with air or something, or like.
So they're gonna trash the place.
Yeah, that's what they did. And that was all the way back in 1959, actually. So you compare that with this.
Yeah.
and it's a whole lot different.
Yeah.
And what's his face is James Cameron is down here. That's his little observation window right there. What else do we got here? 2010. Wait, how to go from 2012 to 2010? It's weird. Hold on.
Nothing else happened for a couple of years.
Well, no, I'm going back in time.
Oh.
That's the wrong
Right.
way. So hold on a second. I'm gonna post this back there. 2010, the South Korean Navy corvette Shannon was torpedoed, killing 46 sailors. After an international investigation, the president of the United Nations Security Council blamed North Korea. Yeah, we spoke about this.
It sounds like North Korea. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like we I mentioned that.
I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Yeah, the Shannon. No, like I mentioned that from the Homefront intro. Homefront intro. You know when Hillary Clinton was talking about it, right here. So.
The torpedo that sunk the Shannon and took the lives of 46 South Korean sailors was fired by a North Korean submarine.
Yeah, this intro, like I want to show you this intro. It's old. It's wow, this video is 15 years old now. Yeah. Holy crap.
10,
but yeah.
16.
Yeah. But it's still it makes my blood draw cold every time I see it. 2015, Richard III of England from 1450. Oh, okay, so this is somebody else serving from 1452 to 85, or I guess that was his wife. Was reburied at Leicester Cathedral in England after being discovered under a car park in Leicester in 2012. We covered this. There's some whole thing trying to find where Richard III was buried and everything, and they eventually figured out that the church he was buried in eventually was long gone, and the land was a car park, and they eventually found his skeleton under, a parking spot.
Yeah.
So, can you imagine finding out, your parking spot, or if you had parked in that lot or whatever, just a few feet under you was a king, That's crazy.
He was in a parking spot that didn't belong to him.
Yeah. Yeah, where's your little cripple thing, So, where's my cripple thing? I'm a skeleton.
Are your payments current?
Yeah. 2017, anti-corruption protests in Russia resulted in hundreds arrested, including opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Russia-wide anti-corruption protests in 99 cities. The Levada Center's survey showed that 38% of surveyed Russians supported protests, and that 67% held Putin personally responsible for high-level corruption. And yet he's still in power. When are they going to have a revolution? Carrie Lam was the first woman elected to lead Hong Kong by Beijing-influenced electoral commission. All right. We also have mass protests in Chile over country's privatized pension system. That would cause it. 2018, The Black Panther became the highest-grossing superhero film in the United States, earning $630.9 million. And I think the IP of Black Panther, like the actual superhero and everything, it's based off of the anti-white, black supremacist hate group, the Black Panthers, from the 70s, because it came in from the same time. And what's his face? The guy who created Stan Lee was incredibly unoriginal. So he just stole from other IPs and everything. I mean, Deadpool is a direct ripoff of Deathstroke, So 2018, e-commerce group Alibaba Group and U.S. car maker Ford unveiled a car vending machine without salespeople 5 stories high in Guangzhou, China. I heard about this. Yeah. Let me look this up here really quick. And actually, do I have this in my underbar section? Yes, I do. So now I can search this. Yeah, no, it's a giant vending machine, essentially.
Good Lord.
Like you pick out what car you want to buy, and then it grabs it like the claw, and then you drive away with your new car. Like here, there's a whole touchscreen. Which car do you want? What make? What model? What color? Although it doesn't seem like it has that many options with the buffet you can get from a pre-ordered car or anything like that. There's only a handful of cars in there, so you're very limited. 2018, porn star Stormy Daniels claimed she had an affair with Donald Trump in an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes and was later threatened to keep quiet. Yeah, sure she was. I mean, porn stars are notoriously known to be truthful because, nobody's more, moral than a porn star, am I right? No.
Well,
what a
I can see
freaking...
where they'd want her to be quiet, though. You know, he's the president.
Well, you know, she's a porn star. Who cares what she has to say? You know?
That's not fair.
Well, you know, if you want your words to be valid, then don't be a freaking porn star. You know, not that hard. 2018, U.S. Federal Trade Commission confirmed it will investigate Facebook over privacy concerns. But did they? When will Mark Zuck the Cuck be exiled? 2018, U.S. soldier received the world's first penis and scrotum transplant at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. I mean, like, I hope it's because he got injured. I hope he's not just getting something to have a bigger package, you know? We don't need cosmetic surgery of that caliber. That's ridiculous. 2018, U.S., European Union, and Ukraine expelled more than 100 Russian diplomats in response to Russian use of nerve gas in the UK. Oh yeah, that's right. That one diplomat, remember?
Yeah.
Him and his daughter got killed. 2019, charges of staging fake racial and homophobic attack dropped against Justin Smollett by Chicago prosecutors. Didn't she set up the whole thing?
He.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
The guys come in and do it. He
Yeah.
never got really busted for it.
Well, because he's the right color, you know?
He should have gone to jail.
Well, if he was white, he would have. But
I mean, the amount of hours, the police hours they put into that and everything else that goes into that, millions of dollars, or hundreds of thousands anyways, were spent on trying to solve that.
But once again, because he's black, he's allowed to get away with it. So, 2019, maker of OxyContin, Purdue Pharma agreed to pay Oklahoma $270 million settlement ahead of trial, accusing the company of fueling the opioid epidemic.
OxyContin, I believe.
Yeah, this is how they spelled it wrong. This was 2019? Hold on a second. Where was it? 2019. Here we go. OxyContin.
No.
Yeah.
They misspelled it.
Yeah, I think they did. We also have state of emergency declared in Rockland County, New York, due to measles epidemic, with unvaccinated children banned from public spaces for 30 days after 153 cases. We also have a stolen Pablo Picasso painting, the Buste de Famine, Dora Maar of 1938, recovered after 20 years by Dutch art detective.
Where was it stolen? In the U.S. or France?
I have no idea. So, where was it stolen? We gotta keep going. I have 2 minutes till the hour. We're just now hitting into 2020, and I hit the wrong button accidentally. Moving on up to 2020, Christchurch Mosque gunman Brenton Tarrant pled guilty to all 51 murders in New Zealand. Holy crap, 51 murders. That's ridiculous. 2020 as well, record number of U.S. citizens filed for unemployment, 3.3 million, according to U.S. Department of Labor. And those are just the people registering. Like, people like me, you know, we're not even noticed on the Richter scale. Like, we are, yeah. 2022, British rock band Genesis performed final concert of farewell tour at O2 Arena in London, England. Brandon stated that, or said of Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, "For God's sakes, this man cannot remain in power. Come on, man. You know, America, it's a thing. I'm trying to make myself sound stupid, but I cannot, I'm not that dumb. I'm stupid, but I can't dumb myself down to actually sound like Brandon. You know, that's a whole nother level. 2023 WPL cricket final, Bradbourne Stadium, Mumbai. Mumbai Indians win inaugural tournament, defeating Delhi Capitals by 7 wickets with 3 balls to spare. Player of the match, Nets Shiver Burnt of the Mumbai Indians, 60-0. 3 balls to spare, you know, talk about Chernobyl incident. 2024, Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore collapsed after being struck by a cargo ship that had lost power, leaving 6 people missing. The other source states that it collapsed, killing the 6 people. So I don't know if they went missing or what. And it was a 1.6 mile long, 47-year-old structure and completely collapsed. You remember that? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was intentional. Like, it's all part of the plan to make people easier to control. And last but not least, this time last year, Masaki Kashiwara was the first Japanese mathematician to be awarded Mathematics' Greatest Award, the Abel Prize, for his work on the theory of symmetry. Freaking epic! You know? The first Japanese. Why did it take so long? The Japanese are incredibly intelligent people. Like, why did it take so long for them to get this award? Like 2025, like better late than never though. Like but I mean, like they're the leading people in all sorts of stuff. Like to remind me about the whole thing from the joke from Back to the Future when you said it was from Japan.
I don't remember it.
Well, the whole joke was that like they were the quality was crap, but nowadays it's excellent.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, so we can only bring you a portion between two sources. Please check our underbar, to extend your own, path of self-education. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Please check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I'm Mayo Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, of course, are you. Until you catch us next time, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Don't forget, I need to show you that intro really quick.
Yeah.